Do. Welcome back to Symbiotic Vibration. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Symbiotic Vibration. I have an interesting experiment for us all today. It's a thought-provoking perception experiment that I've been thinking about for the last couple of days. I watched a video in the past and it was all based on how music changes our perception of scenes in movies, all using the same scene with different musical themes. So I want to do that today, but I want to add further context to it in terms of vibrational frequencies and the food we consume and the drink we consume, etc., etc., etc. It's an interesting theory, and yeah, I'm going to act it out right now. So you're going to watch me do a stellar acting performance as I walk over to this log, and you'll see what I mean, and then I'll be back to you to explain what I mean. So here comes the acting. How did that make you feel? And how did that make you feel? And how did that make you feel? It's interesting how music changes our perception of what just happened there. So you will have seen me in 3 different states, and you will have perceived me in 3 different states from the same exact scene. You'll have that ominous man is conquering the world, he plans to take over the world, Pinky and the Brain style. You'll have the meditative, tranquil being who walks the forests barefoot and he hears no thoughts in his mind, only connection with all around him. And then you will hear that motivational, he's planning on building symbiotic vibration into a beautiful community, and he's sitting on the log, he's contemplating how motivated he is to do this. But it's all the same scene, and it's just the music that's changing your perception, which I find so fascinating. And I suppose I was thinking about this and I was breaking it down, and you know what, let me sit down now. I'm going to change this camera a little bit. Okay, so what I was saying was the music. It is a myriad of vibrational frequencies that is entering your state of being, it's entering your nervous system, and it's altering your perception of that scene that you just watched. And it's just so fascinating. Every single atom, every single thing that you see out there is just a big old pool of vibrational frequencies. And you and I and all beings alike down here have been given the gift by the universe or God or whoever it is that we perceive that to be, the gift of experiencing all of these vibrational frequencies and having the ability to perceive them through our 5 senses. We can hear vibrational frequencies, we can see vibrational frequencies. Well, not all of them, but certainly some. And they give us this projected view of a world that we see, when in reality, every single thing in the universe is just waveforms. So that in itself is just miraculous, and I had to get that out there. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this. Our senses can perceive these vibrational frequencies. And that music right there is just an example of how different vibrational frequencies can alter our state of being and alter our mood as a being down here. And so I think it's really important for us to further elaborate on that and think about this. The food that we consume on a daily basis is also a conglomerate of vibrational frequencies. And the same applies for the drink that we consume. And the same applies for the conversations that we create and the conversations that we consume. And the same applies for the content that we consume. This very video that you're watching right now is just a conglomerate of vibrational frequencies that's literally changing your mood as you speak. And I hope it's uplifting you. But it's just so fascinating to think about life that way. And I think it's extremely important for us all to recognize that what we're putting out into the world is having a dramatic effect on the world. What we're putting into our bodies is having a dramatic effect on our bodies. So what we create is having a dramatic effect on the world. The music, the food, the content. And what we consume is having an effect on our own ecosystem internally. The food, the drink, the conversations, the content that we consume. It's literally becoming us. We are what we consume, or we are what we eat, if you will. So I guess what I'm trying to say by creating this video is that collectively, we are the ones in control of what we create, of what we consume. And so it's very important for us to recognize that simple little minute decisions can have a massive rippling effect on the world. You know, if we stopped creating nonsensical content, if we stopped creating food that was poisonous, if we stopped creating drink that was poisonous, and we started to recognize that if we collectively begin to create high vibrational, nourishing foods and nourishing drinks and nourishing content and nourishing music and so on and so forth, that this world will be a much more beautiful place for us to navigate and exist within. And one more to further elaborate on that, it's parenthood. Your children are becoming what they consume. So I think it's very, very important for us to recognize that the children are the future generations of this planet, and they're the ones that will be able to have a positive impact after us. And so they need to be guided towards high vibrational foods and drinks and content which is pragmatic and positive for them to consume, and conversations that are healthy for them to consume, and movies, etc. And if we were all to individually understand that, then collectively the future would be beautiful for the future generations and for ourselves. And yeah, I say this all the time, but you know, we are in control of the future here. It may not seem like that, but we totally are as a collective. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I'll finish up on that little segment, and I'll say sayonara to you right now. But before I go, I just want to give you a quick update. If you are watching this and you're somebody who watches my content, I've felt a little bit inundated over the last week. I had a really good thing going balance-wise and content-wise for 6 weeks or so there, but a couple of things have happened in my actual life that have just added a little bit more pressure. Nothing drastic, nothing major, just enough to kind of set me off kilter a little bit. And yeah, I've got a wedding coming up, and I've got another cool event coming up that I'll absolutely show you in some time, but I can't speak about it right now. They're coming up very soon, and also adding some weight to my existence. So I've found it really difficult to motivate myself to capture content and edit content and work and prepare for these things and live my life. So yeah, just a little heads up that it might be a little bit few and far between with the videos for the next week or so, but then we'll be back on track, should I say. So that's about it. I had so much fun doing this episode, and so much fun I will have editing it, no doubt. So I'll leave you all with that. I love you. I'll leave you. If you're still watching this, feel free to subscribe to Symbiotic Vibration. We're developing a beautiful community here, and yeah, things are working. Things are working. They will work. They are working. It's all beautiful, and everything is happening the way it should. So, until next time, everyone.